Good morning. Welcome back to Kayak Fishing Cornwall. I'm launching from Porthoustock today. It's early. I've got a couple of hours left of the flood. I think the tide is pretty big today. So I'm on the lures as usual. Just going to nip out to the deeper bit of reef and see what we can find. Usually, as usual, chasing bass and pollock. I'll have to keep an eye on these conditions. I was expecting it to be flatter. There is a little bit of a wobble on, but the wind doesn't pick up till after lunch, so apparently. So, should be alright. So just crack on, I reckon. I've got suspicions that my fish finder's on the blink. It's sharing a funny bottom on it for some reason. We'll see, I suppose. Right, I'll knock some lures out, get a peddling, and bring you back if anything happens. So it turns out, wind against tide, it's a little sloppier than I anticipated. So I'm going to stick to a sort of closer in mark, I think, for the time being, and then see if this slop cools down a bit. Once the tide starts to drop off, I mean, it should do. And then I'll go back to the original plan, which was to head out a little bit further. I'm coming up to a little mark that quite often produces when I'm trolling. So I'll leave the cameras run and we'll see if we get any hits. When I first started kayak fishing, not that long ago, a few years ago, this used to be my go-to spot for bass. Did really well over it. Like pretty much every time I went out fishing and trolled this particular little bit, I'd pick up a fish. But it's, yeah, of late, well, this year so far, I've not really had anything out here bass-wise. One or two earlier in the year. But there appears to be plenty around. So, you know, might see one today if I'm lucky, we'll see. Right. Any second now if it's going to happen. Oh! Wow, that was that a knock? Oh, well, it must have been a knock. I'm in too deep a water for it to have been. Oh, well, that's going to be it then. Well, see, the old me would have had another pass at that, but I'll just kind of do it now to get where I'm going. For the most part, unless it's really, really slow. And, yeah. Right. Let's get where we're going. Definitely something up with my fish finder. I wonder if I've got some crap in the transducer cover or something. Not giving me a clear picture at all. Looks like there's a big old net going right across here, which is a sod because that's where I wanted to fish. Well, I think that's right over one of the marks I wanted to fish. Right. See if I can get down on this mark without losing anything, but it's very close to the net. Even if I can get down there, there's probably nothing here now. Quite a bit of drift going on too. Right, I've just pedalled around my normal marks on this area, and it looks like this net has gone straight across pretty much the whole area I like to fish. I'll give it a go. Just off this end here. See if anything turns up. Ah, something turned up. Alright, it let go. That's a fish. Yeah. Got a bigger net today after the suggestion of a couple of people. Let's hope I'll need it. Little pollock. Only spat the hook out. That's good of him. Oh, yeah. Just a little one to start, but it's a start. Right, I've just reset that drift. I'm going to go a little bit further that way than I have been, because there's a little lump there I've not fished before. So as I can't fish the areas I usually fish, I might as well have a little look about, see if anything turns up, and I might find a new lucky spot. The wind was forecast last time I looked at about 7 miles an hour, but it feels more than that. That's a hit, and it's a fish. Not a big one. Oh, what have I got? Oh, the usual. Little pollock. Yeah. It's like pretty much the same as the last one. Right, carrying on with that drift. I might do a system restore on this fish finder, because it just doesn't look right. It's like it's something's interfering with it, or some of the settings have changed or something, and I can't get under here to see if there's anything foul in the transducer or if there's a problem there. So anything I can do on the water is a reset. Ooh. Oh, hang on. Oh, well. I've got just the thing. Oh, it's too late now, isn't it? No, it's not. There's millions of them. Right, there's millions of jellyfish under me. And a few different types. And I've got something for this very occasion. Or this type of occasion. See if I can get... Oh, there's loads of them. Wow, pink ones. Quick. Is it doing it? It's doing it! See if I can get some. Yeah. Those pink ones are new ones on me. And to be fair, those little brown ones, I'm not even sure what they are. And this ain't the easiest thing in the world to do. Right. Don't know what happened. Maybe the threat of me threatening to reset my fish finder, it's just sorted itself out. So the sort of details back and the colour palette is back where it was. I don't know what was going on. Maybe I had an air bubble trapped in the transducer compartment or behind the cover, I don't know. But it's sorted itself out now, which is handy. And I found out that my remote is waterproof. I just realised I had it dunked when I was filming those jellyfish. So at least now I can clearly see, you know, there's fish down there. There's fish down there, but it helps, you know, mentally if you can confirm it on your fish finder. That's a hit. It is a hit. Yay. Well, that's a bit better than the last two. Yeah, he's not even pulling really. I think maybe this might be a... Yeah, he's moving now. I thought for a second I had the rope of that bloody net. This should be a decent fish if I can get it to the yak. Might need my bigger net. Ha ha! Here it is. Ooh. Yeah, right. Bigger net at the ready. Flaming windsock. It's a nice pollock. That's a nice one. Ah, so much for the bigger net. Let me down immediately. I probably just netted a bunch of jellyfish as well. It's a good fish. It's a nice one. Oh, that's a different jellyfish, so he's going to have to wait. I don't want to mess about with you. I'm going to grip you with those. Let's get you up. Put that over there. Now I think I'm alright for fish, so for the most part they're probably just going to go back. So what's that? Best part of 5, isn't it? I would have thought. Lovely fish. Put them back in there. And watch out round here, mate. Plenty of nets. Right, ideal. Good bend. Let's try that again. Right, a couple of boats showed up over there, so we're all sort of trying to fish the same bit. I thought I'd move away and try a couple of little different spots. Like I said, you know, try a new spot, might find a new lucky spot. So are we there? We're back. Right, I'm just trolling over a mark I was planning on fishing, and I've hooked into something. It's a shallow mark. I was going to sort of drift and cast it. Let's see what we've got. It's not a bad fish, not tiny. Nice. Yeah, and there's actually quite a few marks under the kayak. Right, nice. I haven't sorted a leash out for this net yet. It's a little bass. Don't know if it's a keepy tight, but that's handy. Whoop, shit. Oh god. All over the end of this mark. He spat the lure out. Oops. Yeah, wow. I'm going to be having a cast around here, that's for sure. Looks like it's covered. Right, put him on my measure. We've got 42, so I'd be safe enough to keep him if I wanted, but it's, you know, there ain't much on a fish this size, so. And I'm not the biggest fan of bass, to be fair. Right, third time lucky. He's doing it again. I got you. Right. Stop it. There we go. One little bass. And a lot of marks at the top of this little bit I'm on, so might have been good that those boats appeared and encouraged me to move. Well, they didn't, it was my choice, but I don't like fishing surrounded by people. Right, I'm going to go exactly where I went before, because it looked like there was a lot of marks on this. Right, yeah, loads of marks on this. Let's see if we can get some more. Just sort of coming off the top end of this feature now. God, this swells all over the place. So it's pretty much here that I hooked up that last one. I was just going to go a little bit further on. What the hell is my... what the hell's it doing? Going to go a little bit further on and then drift back over that. Yeah, there's a little gully here, so that's what I was aiming for. Just to get to this gully and then back off the pedals and then drift back over that feature. I'm going to cast out in that direction and try to get over the top of that. That fish? Oh, that was a fish. Feels heavy, it's probably weed gutted. Is it? Oh no. Let something grab the tail and spun it round. Oh, that was a hit. Definitely. I'd have some money on that being a bass. Lovely. I've fished that a few times with this method and not had any joy that area. I've had a few pollock and things and maybe one or two bass actually, but the number of times I've tried fishing it, it's not produced a great deal of stuff. Some slimy stuff in the water. I wonder if it's like, it looks like fishing line actually. Yeah, oh, that's a bass, and it's a better one than the last one. Yeah, he's not giving up so easy. Come on. Nice. Brilliant. There's another one. That's a much fun. That's another fish with a huge gouge in it. Let's see if I can. Let's see if I can show you that. Sec. No, I'm not going to mess about with you. We'll just grip you with these things because well, you know, actually. Don't want you jumping over the side. Let's see if you've got. Alright, so that side's clean, but this side here, down by my thumb, that huge gash in it. Let's give him a measure. There's a lot, actually, underneath me now, there's a lot of marks there. And I marked them earlier, pedalling over it. We've got a 52. I think I will take this one. You don't want to see this bit. Right. Gonna have a little drift over a different point here. Slightly deeper. Had some decent fish here before. I actually think my drift is probably not great. Right. I'll try that again. Change to a heavier Savage Gear sand eel in a sort of natural colour, khaki, I think they call it, khaki. I think the wind, or the tide has slackened off, the wind's pushing me even quicker now, so. Heavier lure, more water. Let's try it. That's a hit. That is a hit. Oh, you're kidding me. That felt like a decent fish. Oh well, I'll have to do it again, never mind. That's a hit. Yes, I got it this time. Yeah, that's a good fish. That is a good fish. Well, yeah. Not a monster, but probably the biggest I've had today. Kind of given up. Haha. Come here, you. Yeah, good one. That's a good one. Let's get you held up for the folks. A black mark on this, isn't it? Yeah, I've almost done this. Yeah, nice big pollock. Not a monster, but good fish. Good bend in the rod. Off you go. I'll do that again. Right, I think this is going to be my last drift on this spot. And then I'm going to come up with a plan. I don't feel ready to go in just yet. Although, well, it's been about 3 hours. Yeah, still got an hour or so fishing in me, I think. Maybe I'll just drift some of the reef in that direction. I'm getting any joy on the baitcaster, so I'm back on this with the big Savage Gear sand eel in khaki. See if I can see if this is the preferred colour bait or lure rather. Oh, that's a fish. I thought I got to the bottom. The fish has hit that just as it got down there. Not putting up a huge fight, this one. But it's not straight down. Usually pollock are straight down, aren't they? Leads me to believe this could be it. Yeah, and it is. Look at that. Oh, he's woken up a little bit. It is a bass. Brilliant. Look at that. That's, well, hang on, get him in the net and then I'll count it. Oh, Christ. Lively. Maybe I'll drift this bit again then. He's lively now. There he is in the net. Hopefully he unhooked himself. Let's get that out of the way. Nice. There he is. I'm not going to measure him because he's, well, probably a keeper, but only just. Nice fish. Right, I will drift that again then if there's bass to be had on it. It looks like that big khaki sand eel's doing it. Right, I'm going to head back towards shore because there's quite a lot of drift going on here. I'm quite a way off. It's going to be a slow pedal, so I'm going to just troll some lures back along. I might have a few casts when I get a bit closer, or another drift or two, but just want to start heading back now. Right, there's a proper shallow bit of reef here. I would be wise not to go over, but I think I'll that up. You can see it to my left, the current's hitting it and welling up. I can skirt around it, I will. Good bassy spot. Ooh, a bit hairy though. Yeah, I'm hardly moving, going against the current. Which is why I wanted to start making my way back. I don't really want to hook a fish just here because it's a bit sketchy, to say the least. Would not be surprised if I hooked up here. There's some currents going on there big time. Oh, now I'm out of it. Just come out the other side. I'm doing a knot quicker, like 2.5, nearly 3 knots pedalling. Oh yeah, Christ. I'm doing 1 knot into this now. I was thinking, shall I do, pedal over the other side? But it'd take me all day at this rate. Hardly moving. Start putting some effort in, I think. Yeah, I'm going to have wind and tide together as soon as it starts to ebb. And the drift will be crazy speed, so just as well call it a day, I think. Right, I think I'm going to call it a day. The tide, oh no, I'm marking fish. The tide is sort of swinging round now, so it's going to be pushing with the wind, and I think the drift will just be too fast to bother with, really. I'll spend more time pedaling than I will fishing. I've had a few pollock, a couple of nice pollock, a few bass, which is good for me. So I think I'll just head in, get everything squared away, and yeah, keep my eye on the forecast for tomorrow, because I'm going to be fishing off the boat tomorrow. But the wind is looking a bit stiff, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. Anyway, thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time.